One of the questions that I get asked all the time is my smartphone spying on me? Are Google and Facebook listening to everything that I say to sell me ads? It's about time that we answer this question, isn't it? If you don't have time to watch the entire video, I'm gonna go straight to the answer. No, these companies are not listening to what you say. And that's the good part. The bad part is that they don't need to. They already know what you're gonna buy because they spy on everything else that you do. So now, let's try to demonstrate why they're not listening to you. So this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're gonna try to think, is it even possible to do that? Is it possible to get the audio from a smartphone and automatically extract from that interests, so products that we may show in ads? And to prove that that's possible, we're gonna actually try to build it. I'm gonna go around and look for the right technology that I can put together to build this spy selling ads machine. If in the end I'm gonna be successful, so if I'm actually gonna be able to build this software, then we're gonna try to understand whether this is actually what Facebook and Google are doing. Are you ready? Let's go. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out what kind of technology we need. So how will we technically build this software? And to do that, I need a pen and a piece of paper. So let's try to draw what we are trying to build, okay? What we're starting with, it's some audio data. So we have an audio. I'm gonna try to draw the waveform of the audio. Where we're gonna go is to get an ad. So let's say a little video of a specific topic that we talked about in our audio recording. So the question is, how do we go from here to here? What kind of technology do we need to go from raw audio data to the right ad? Well, the first thing that we need to do is transform this audio into text. So from this waveform to something like, I want pizza. Let's say this is the sentence that I said, I want pizza. So you have the raw audio, the sound coming from my mouth, and you want to turn that into the words that I said. So from text, then we need to do something called entity extraction. Figure out in this sentence over here, what are the keywords that are more important, the ones that are related to potential products that I want to buy. In this case will be something like pizza. And from that, we go to an ad. All these steps, like how to break down an AI project into the different technological components, it's something that I talk about in my course AI Expert. It's a shameless plug, but in the description of this video, you're gonna read about how you can learn these concepts as well. So now, each one of these steps are made by some specific AI technology. So there's an AI technology that converts audio to text, and this is called speech to text. First piece of technology. You can learn about these technologies in my courses, link in the description below. From text to entities, it's another piece of AI technology called entity extraction. And then once you have the entities, it's pretty easy to find the right ad because you just have a bunch of products that I'm interested in because I talked about these products, and you can just find the right ad for that entity, for that interest. So let's say that I was talking about pizza, you maybe have Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut, or a restaurant, a local restaurant wants to advertise people with an interest for pizza. Now, what we're gonna try to do is build this whole thing. So we need this AI technology, we need this other AI technology, and then this part, it's gonna be something that just Facebook or Instagram or Google can do, right? Because they have the database of companies that wanna advertise. But we're gonna try to build the first part. So from my speech to the entities, the products that I'm interested in. Let's go. So I want to use Google technology just because I've used it before and I know that more or less works. So let's go for Google speech to text and let's see what we find. Speech to text, automatic speech recognition. Okay, accurately converts speech into text using an API powered by Google's AI technologies. So it looks like that's exactly what I can do. Let's try it out maybe. I'm just testing this technology. I want to see whether this works. It looks like it's kind of working. Probably it's good enough for what I need to do. Pretty cool. I think we have it. We're going to use this kind of technology. Now let's look for the entity extraction part. So we're going to look for some of these technologies that can help us identify interesting bits in text. So let's Google entity extraction. It looks like this is what we're looking for. Cloud natural language. Okay, we can try it out as well. Let's try with this random text. Okay, as you can see, it got some entities. So I understood that Google is an organization. It's one of the interesting things about this article. There's a location, there's a consumer good, Android, consumer good phone. So this is all stuff that we can potentially find and recommend products for. So we have the right technologies. Now I'm gonna write some code to put all these things together. And as you're gonna see now, you can find a lot of examples for these technologies ready to be copied and pasted. So for instance, here, click on Get Started, Quick Start using client libraries, and bam, this is some code that I'm ready to copy and paste and start using it. You don't really need to understand the code. I'm gonna show you what to do. Time to code. So now I started a new project on my laptop. I called it Audio Spy. And I took some of the examples from Google, pasted it on the right end of the screen. And let's see if this works. I'm gonna run my script called Recognize. From now on, my computer is listening to what I say. Then it's sending all this data to Google. And I'm using their AI models to transcribe it. And you can see on the left side of the screen, the real-time translation of everything that I'm saying. This is happening in real time using Google's AI technology. Now, when I say a magic word, it's going to stop. Exit. Cool, it's finished. Looks like it's working. Now we just need to plug in the next step, which is the entity extraction part. So now I did the same thing for the entity extraction part of the project. I turned on that AI technology from my Google account. I copied and pasted some code here on the right side of the screen. Let's try it out with a simple sentence. And this is the sentence that I wanted to analyze. Hello, my name is Gianluca and I would like to buy some pizza. It finds few entities, and the interesting one is pizza is a consumer good. So this algorithm told me that in this little sentence that I had there, the pizza word was a product that maybe I was interested in buying. Now, all I have to do is put the two things together. So run speech to text first and entity extraction later, and hopefully identify interesting products from a conversation. Let's try it out. So now I'm going to run my Recognize script. I'm just gonna start talking about different stuff. Let's say that I'm very hungry and I would like to buy some pizza. You know, maybe I will order from Domino's Pizza. And after I eat my pizza, I will go shopping. Maybe for some shoes, because I need some shoes. My favorite shoes are the one from Nike. This is pretty creepy, isn't it? Everything that I say, it can perfectly spot the products that I'm interested in. And I can talk about anything. Let's say that I want to buy a new guitar. Maybe a guitar from Fender. Okay, you see, sometimes it doesn't work. But that's mostly because my pronunciation is not really good. Let's try again. I want to buy a guitar from Fender. It doesn't know the Fender brand. Pretty interesting. But as you can see, this is working. So the technology, it's there. There is nothing stopping these companies from actually spying on you and sell you the products that you're interested in. Maybe they are smartphones, or maybe you're interested in buying pizza, or maybe just shoes. Whatever that is, AI is good enough to find your interest from your conversations. So we have just seen that it's technically possible for companies like Google or Facebook to listen to your conversation, extrapolate your interests, and target you with ads. So now the question is, are they actually doing it? So if they were doing it, as you've seen from my software, they will have to send all the data of the recordings of your conversations up to the cloud. This is what my script was doing. It was sending my voice to Google's cloud for elaboration and to apply these AI algorithms. So if they were doing it, you will see a data stream from your phone of a lot of data going to Facebook's or Google servers. And no one has ever found proof of this happening. They will also run computation on the device, so run these AI algorithms on your smartphone instead of sending your data to the cloud. But AI algorithms are pretty intense to run, which means that your battery will be destroyed after running constantly all these AI algorithms. So I don't think that these companies are actually listening to your conversations, because it will be too expensive from a computational point of view, draining your battery, or from a data point of view, sending all your data to the cloud. But there's another reason why I don't think they're doing it. It's because they actually don't need it. All these companies, Google, Facebook, they are recording so much data that is not your conversations. They don't need anything else to know what you're interested in. Here's just a small example. Facebook records what Wi-Fis you're connected to, which means that if one of your friends is connected to the same Wi-Fi and makes a search on Facebook for a product or watches an ad, they can infer that you were in the same place because you were using the same Wi-Fi, and so you maybe have the same interest because you maybe had a conversation about these products. They don't need to listen to you. They already have all the data they need to know what you are going to buy. And this is something that was confirmed by Jan LeCun, who's the head of AI of Facebook. He said, "Good news, Facebook doesn't listen to your conversations. Bad news, they don't need to. They already know what you're gonna buy." There is one exception, which is with the so-called wake words. So when you say "Okay Google" or "Hey Siri," my iWatch just turned on. Phones are actually listening for these little words, but this is a different kind of AI. It's called trigger word detection. Basically, these algorithms are doing nothing more than listening whether you are saying these specific words like "Hey Siri" or "Okay Google," or if you're saying something else. But if you're not saying these words, they don't know what you're actually saying. They just know that you didn't say these very specific trigger words. In some cases, it has happened that Google or Apple sent some audio files up to their cloud for some humans to analyze. These were in the cases that their systems didn't detect the trigger words, and so they wanted to understand what happened, what was the issue, and they used your data to retrain their algorithms and improve them. And that is the only exception, but again, they just record a few seconds and they don't care about what you said. They just want to know if you said the trigger word or not. I hope that this video was clear. I hope you enjoyed understanding a little bit how the technology will work and a little bit why this is not what these companies are doing. If you're still really scared of companies spying on you, then I will suggest to just maybe get out of social media. There's really no way out. I mean, we are giving them our data and you can have your own opinion about this, whether that's cool or not. So thank you for watching. And again, if you want to understand better how all this technology works, that's my job. I teach people how AI works and how it impacts our society. So look at my courses down in the description below, and I hope I'm gonna see you in one of my classes. Ciao!